What's up, guys? DPX here. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. This is January 14th, 2020, the first episode of the year and the decade. Today I got a very special guest with me, my own brother, Justin, /JPX.
What's up?
Slash Brawl Guy. I think I called him that once in like a video or something. I don't know. But, yeah, how you doing, Brawl Guy?
Nah, that's not who I'm gonna be.
How you doing, Justin?
Sure, yeah. I'm doing alright.
Alright, that's cool. Any games you've been playing recently?
Smash Bros.
Yeah, that's right. He wrecks me all the time in Smash. Yeah. We're just gonna jump right into our topics. This was actually announced today. Sakurai on Twitter announces an announcement for the new Smash character. It's gonna be on Thursday at the time of recording this. It's gonna be January 14th. Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
Wait, it's coming out on January 14th?
No, like
the 16th it is?
16th is what I meant, but like the presentation's the 16th,
right.
Not the character.
Yeah, obviously. But,
yeah. Or it could be, but...
Yeah, no, that would be interesting if it was, but... Yeah, no, I'm honestly excited. I feel like they've been hyping up the 5th DLC character for some time. Everyone thought it was going to be at the Game Awards or whatever it was.
Yeah, I stayed up like 3 hours watching that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that try to watch that too, and then they didn't even mention Smash once, right?
Well, no, Smash was nominated for Game of the Year, actually.
That would make sense, but like they didn't mention anything about the DLC.
No, they didn't mention anything.
Didn't they actually mention Joker? Or didn't they announce Joker last year at the awards?
Like 2018, yeah, they did.
2018?
Yeah, it's 2020 right now.
I know, but they announced it at the awards at Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like right before Smash came out.
Right.
So now here's the question. This is going to be a 35-minute presentation, by the way. So obviously they gotta like announce a new character and everything, and that's what they're gonna do. The question is, who's the new character? Now, my money's on Dante, because if you guys watched my top 10 characters I want in Smash Ultimate as DLC, you guys may know Dante was my number one, and it's pretty cool to see that he might actually get in. Especially since the creator of Devil May Cry tweeted 3 dates. I forgot what the other 2 dates. They were like sometime in February, but one of them was January 16th. That is when this new presentation is. So, Justin, who do you think it's going to be?
Honestly, at this point, I really can't tell. From what you've told me, yes, it does seem like Dante has a pretty good shot, but I don't know. I don't feel like they would put him being the 5th DLC if he was maybe the 3rd or 4th. But I feel like they really have something more ultimate. You know what I'm saying, for the 5th DLC. Even though they said that they're doing like another set,
there's
right?
more. I don't know if another fighter pass, but there's more DLC.
Right. So who knows when they'll stop, actually? But you know, it could really be anyone.
Yeah. You see, like one interesting thing is like, well, when all the other all the other characters were revealed, except for Joker, no one expected that one. But like, Hero was leaked. There's a lot of evidence towards Banjo. Terry was leaked.
Terry was leaked?
Yeah, he was. Well, it wasn't specifically Terry. It was
like someone from
SNK, the company.
Oh, okay.
And then Vergaben, who has a really good track record, basically confirmed it's Terry. So, yeah, he hasn't gotten a cease and desist either. He's leaked like everything. You should look at what he's leaked.
Okay.
It's crazy. So... But he hasn't said anything about Dante, though, so...
He hasn't?
He hasn't. It's literally just... Even if Dante seems like a pretty safe and likely pick, it could honestly be anyone. Like, I'm not going to be upset if it's not Dante. I'm going to be really happy if it is. Who would you like it to be, Justin?
Somebody that's like not Nintendo, because they're kind of getting new franchises. Honestly, I feel like Crash Bandicoot could be interesting and fit very well with the roster.
Yeah, and it would. Yeah, that would be a cool fifth character. His name's been thrown around a lot, and Gino has also been thrown around a lot. I think he will eventually get in, but like I don't think he's gonna be the fifth character. But yeah. Anything else to say about this?
I mean, I guess we'll see in a couple days or whenever this video gets uploaded.
Yeah. Hopefully as soon as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to react to the presentation as it's at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Jeez.
But I'll try my best. Next up, briefly talk about Ricky Gervais. I don't know if that's like his, how do you say his last name, but like he hosted the Golden Globe Awards, which I couldn't give a flying fuck about. But the way he opened it, oh my god.
I did not see it actually.
Oh,
Do you think you could pull it up?
I can show you right now.
Okay.
I do this sometimes on the podcast too. I'll react to it like a trailer or something, but instead I'm not reacting to it. Ricky Gervais. Oh my god, it's so funny.
How long is it? Like
8 minutes, but we don't have to watch all 8 minutes.
Okay.
It's an ad. Okay.
Soup or salad?
Yeah. He went off on Hollywood, and he kept saying like, "This is the last time."
Hold on, let's.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais. Thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. NBC clearly don't care either. 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart.
This is not as funny.
Remember, they're just jokes. We're all gonna die, Mose. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, but... Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. Man, don't have me whacked. But tonight is just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year.
Yikes.
It was a big year for paedophile movies.
Oh my god.
Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care.
I think that's one of the stars in one of the movies he just listed.
Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, 5th time. So, we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It just, no. It was mostly white people, and I thought, nah, not on my watch. So, maybe next year. Let's see what happens. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done Netflix, you win everything, good night. But no, we got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, okay? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
That's what it gets like.
You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, but seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then. All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO, you know, and the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense.
He goes on
They're
superhero
masked and
movies.
capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. It's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids. Really? Have we got an award for most ripped junkie? No. No point. We know he'd win that. Martin Scorsese, the greatest living director, made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree. Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he? It's tiny. Right. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. Look. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know, you're nearly 50, son. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats.
Who's James Corden?
Yeah.
No one saw
He's
that.
like some British comedian.
And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs. But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg, and licking her...
That is not good. You can't say that.
Verbal. She's old school. It's the last time, who cares? Oh. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spend less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, take your agent and your God, and...
God damn.
Yeah, I think, that was it, basically.
Bro, he literally said everything that happened in the past year. Like, what was that all about?
He's fired. Like,
yeah, but this is the last time. He doesn't care. Okay.
So that was,
that was definitely something very interesting. I'm not sure that he's allowed to say, like, any of that.
Yeah, telling people to fuck off after they accept their awards.
That happened too?
Yeah, no, he, the second thing that was, like, censored, he said fuck off. So, that was something. Is there anything else to say about Ricky Gervais?
I agree with everything he said. I feel like doing that was kind of funny and pretty clever, I guess.
I think later
I
on,
don't think it was that clever. I mean, he probably got in trouble, honestly.
I think later on in the show he said something about Harvey Weinstein.
Yikes.
All right, next topic. The Pokemon Direct. Oh boy. So I didn't actually watch the Pokemon Direct. I skimmed through it, and all I saw was, fucking a new Mystery Dungeon remaster and a DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield. A lot of people weren't happy about this. It's the expansion pass. It gives more Pokemon and a new mentor named Mustard, which my boys have been memeing a lot. But basically the whole controversy here is that Pokemon has this Pokemon game specifically, which was very controversial, as DLC. So Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm not too familiar on all the information about the DLC. However, is it
Pulled up a
okay? Isn't it like $30 or $40 or something?
$30. I think it was $30.
$30 and
it's 2 packs, but like one's for Sword and one's for Shield. But
oh really?
I think I don't know too much. I'm reading off of Polygon right now. One fan responded to a birthday tweet by asking Mazuda, I think that's the creator of Pokemon, I think, to explain why in their interview Game Freak had removed old Oh no, I'm not reading the.
No, but and also didn't you once say that they made it so that like they appear in the Pokédex or something?
I said that the national dex didn't return, meaning like they didn't bring every Pokemon from every other game pack.
I know about that, but didn't you say no for the DLC though?
I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Well, never mind.
I think like obviously my issue I never played the game, but like it's not like they could do DLC if they want to. They should do DLC. It's a big game. This could probably be one of the best-selling. I heard someone say this, and it's pretty true. This could probably be one of the best-selling Pokemon games just by DLC alone.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing here I feel is like this game was pretty controversial when it came out. Like Game Freak lied about a bunch of stuff. A bunch of the assets were unfinished, and the national dex didn't return.
Did you hear that they had a mouse cursor in the end credits?
Really?
Yeah, like look it up.
I'm gonna enable the recorder for this. Mouse cursor Pokemon. I spelled cursor wrong.
Sword and Shield. Yeah,
oh my god.
The 18-second one.
Damn! Nice job, Game Freak. Well, yeah, so obviously it was like unfinished and everything. So it probably wasn't the best idea to announce DLC so soon after. That's probably like the problem here. I don't know, it's like you can't be mad for them doing DLC, but I can understand why it could have soured people. What are your thoughts on this overall, Justin?
I feel like this is the first type of Pokemon DLC they've done, right?
For like any game, yeah, I think so.
So
I
I guess it's a good attempt in the right direction. I mean, if you charge people a ridiculous amount of money for more like game content, then they're going to get mad no matter what.
Mhm.
However, it is understandable if you're trying to just play the game and they they're just like, in order to get the complete set or all the Pokemon, you need to drop another $30. Like, I would understand that.
Mhm.
However, I feel like Nintendo is okay for trying something new.
Yeah. Anything else? I literally just had something, but I forgot. So I guess we'll just skip that. So okay. Next up is kind of more recent news. Dropped about like, I want to say a little less than a week ago. Scott Derrickson left Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I did hear about that.
And this is a little unfortunate. Well, it is unfortunate because Scott Derrickson, did a great job with the first Doctor Strange, and
But the thing is, though, is Doctor Strange 2 was meant to be a horror movie,
yeah,
right? However, they didn't. There was a creative conflict because Scott Derrickson wanted the like a more of a horror movie than Marvel would allow them, and Marvel, like, of course, was like, okay, you could have some scary parts, but the intent shouldn't be to scare people. And he says, but then it's just going to be the same thing.
They kind of want to make it like the Marvel kind of wanted to make it like Jurassic Park, or the like they're kind of horror movies, but not really. They have like jump scares and stuff.
Maybe like a few scary scenes, but I'm pretty sure, what's his name again?
Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's directed some very good horror movies, I've heard.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a shame that we couldn't see something like that get produced in the Marvel Studios. However, creative conflicts have been resolved in the past that involved separation.
Like James Gunn and Marvel.
James Gunn and Marvel, you could think about. Remember when there was like that little depressing few months when Spider-Man left Marvel Universe?
Yep. And then he came back.
Yeah, he came back. So who knows? I feel like so far, Marvel has worked out all their inner conflicts, but I wouldn't get your hopes too high on this one, just in case,
See, the thing is, many people are saying like Marvel or Disney. I forgot who made a press release, but like they're saying that they like are saying creative differences as a cover up, because a lot of companies do that. They just blandly say creative differences. Many people are thinking like maybe it has to do with Scott Derrickson's like schedule. I don't think so. I think it was creative differences, because I feel like Scott Derrickson probably would have arranged it better if it was his schedule.
Okay.
Do you think it really is creative differences?
I think so, because
from like the story you just...
Yeah, that makes a complete amount of sense. We've been hearing that Doctor Strange 2 is going to be a horror movie for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe it.
Alright. It's still going to be a very interesting movie.
I sure hope so.
Because it's about the multiverse. Like the...
Oh, really?
It's called In the Multiverse of Madness.
Well, honestly, if I'm going to be completely honest, the whole fate of the Marvel Universe, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think depends on that movie. Because if the movie is good and they explain the multiverse in a great way, then they're set for another couple years, because if they fail, right? Like if the movie is dumb and no one really cares about the multiverse, then like the next movies that they have for the next like 10 years or whatever,
Yeah.
no one's really gonna take seriously. So
Here's the thing though, like this new wave of Marvel movies, Phase 4 only has 5 movies.
yeah, that's
It's Black Widow, Eternals, Thor 4, which we'll talk about something about that later. Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi.
Are they doing Black Panther 2?
That's Phase 5.
Oh, seriously?
They've announced Black Panther 2 and actually a new Blade movie for Phase 5.
Oh. Wait, was Far From Home 3 or 4?
3,
right?
Yeah.
It was 3.
It's sort of like the bridge between 3 and 4, but it's more 3. I like to look at this new phase of Marvel movies as like sort of a cool down period, because they just had like Infinity War and Endgame, and they had let's be real, Far From Home was pretty big too. There was a lot of stakes in that one. So this is more of a cool down period. But each of them seem to be doing something different. Like Black Widow is definitely different. Like it takes place in between, I think, Civil War and Infinity War.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's obviously a prequel because she's dead. But and then
spoilers.
In case you haven't seen the #1 highest grossing movie of all time.
Not if you count inflation.
Yeah, but
Gone with the Wind, because that was like the only movie that was out at that time.
Okay. And the Eternals, which is supposed to come out later this year.
Really?
Yeah, in like November. It's supposed to be.
Is there a trailer for it yet?
No, there's not. Has a huge cast though.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, Angelina Jolie's in it.
Really?
And Kit Harington from Game of Thrones is in it.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be set in like thousands of years ago.
Oh, so. Well, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see the new Doctor Strange. It will be interesting to see it without Scott Derrickson. I think a lot of stuff that worked in the first one was his touch.
Yeah.
But this will be interesting. Anything else you want to add?
Again, see, if he does get back in and they do go with a horror movie, I feel like Doctor Strange was it was a good movie. It wasn't Marvel's best, but I thought it was pretty good. I feel like the character of Doctor Strange wasn't too good. I mean he was okay, but they really got him good in Infinity War. He was probably one of the coolest characters, honestly. But
in Endgame a little bit.
Yeah, at the end.
There's actually a deleted scene where you remember the scene in Endgame where Tony Stark approaches Doctor Strange and goes like a million outcomes. Tell me this is the one we win or something like that. There's actually a deleted scene where like he asks that and Strange goes. He says like the whole if I tell you what happens it won't happen. But instead they start like pushing each other and getting into a fight.
Oh, seriously?
And Star-Lord comes and breaks up the fight.
That would have been interesting. I actually would have seen that.
It probably would have been out of place though.
Yeah. Well, what type of fight was it? Were they like blasting?
It was
pushing.
Tell me we win this one. Like
he's like,
I was grabbing
happen,
him.
Right?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. While on the subject of Phase 4, Thor: Love and Thunder. Christian Bale is in talks to play he's in talks to be in it. It's not really confirmed who he is. It's not even confirmed if he's going to be in it. But most likely, when an actor is in talks to play or be in a movie, they're probably
most
in the
of the
movie.
Time, yeah. Okay.
What are your thoughts on this, Justin?
I think it's interesting to see someone who played as a very well-known DC character in a very well-known movie, highly acclaimed movie series. My bad. You have Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. it's interesting to see that he's switching over to the other side. I mean, there's been a few switchovers, but
Yeah.
it'll be an interesting one. I want to know who he can play. I'm not too familiar with Thor characters.
Some names that have been flying around. One popular one is Beta Ray Bill. You see, that would be cool, but like the thing is, I feel like Beta Ray Bill would be a CG character, and if they want a big star like Christian Bale, I don't think they want him to just be the voice of a character.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be Beta Ray Bill? Like, it would make sense.
It would make sense, but yeah, you're right. I feel like they would make him go play more human-like of a character.
Another character I've heard was I think Gore is his name. He's like Thor's uncle, I believe.
I have no idea. What do you call a Batman that skips church?
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale.
Marvel Gore, I think that's his name.
Golf balls.
I think this is him.
Wait. Are they having Thor 4 before Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah.
That was a tongue twister, my god. Okay. Thor 4 before Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Alright, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the character I was talking about.
Okay, I guess... I guess I could see him playing a character like that. I mean, if maybe he'll talk like Batman.
I can't really remember any other names that have been thrown around, but it'll be interesting to see who he plays.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably gonna play. He's most likely. I feel he's most likely gonna play a villain. I mean, what other like good guys can they introduce at this point?
Right.
I mean, we already have Thor and what's her name? Jane Foster is going to be the female Thor, and I think Valkyrie's also going to be there again.
Okay.
So yeah, how many more good guys can you introduce? I don't know. So he's probably going to play a villain, but so yeah, any other thoughts?
No, that's it, really.
Okay. This sorry about that few seconds of silence. It was probably weird, but this next thing is pretty big. I feel. Xbox or Microsoft announces that there's no exclusives for the Xbox Series X. Not only at launch, actually. I only wrote at launch, but like for a year or two. So like that totally makes me want to buy a Series X, right?
Not really. I can't really agree with that, actually.
That was
I know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's usually a good thing when a new console gets released and they make new games along with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it definitely puts more value to the console and like it makes people feel like, all right, I guess the last generation of games are over and we're gonna start a new one.
Yeah. What they mean here is by like no exclusives. It's like Halo Infinite is supposed to be a launch title for the Series X, but it's also gonna, like, when it comes out with the Series X, it's also gonna come out on the Xbox One.
Okay.
Which is pretty dumb.
That is.
So I don't quite understand this. It doesn't really seem. It doesn't seem smart. I can probably search up like. Oh, well, what are your thoughts on this?
On what?
On Series X and no no games?
I feel like it's a poor decision, from what we know right now. But, I don't know. Who maybe they have something planned.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, it almost seemed like in an interview, like, it was the interviewer was on, or no, the person who was getting interviewed was probably regretted saying that, like, almost immediately.
Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine accidentally saying that.
Yeah, we're not launching with anything, anything exclusive. Oh shit! What? This probably went like that. So yeah, and while we're on the subject of next gen consoles, how about the PS5 and Sony? See, last year, as in 2019,
Yeah.
E3, Sony skipped E3, and it sort of seemed interesting, or it seemed kind of like the right move because the PS4 was winding down, but many people thought right now would be a good time for them to return to E3. And
But they didn't, right?
they're not. But this time, like, they have the PS5, which they're not saving for E3. They're doing it at in their own little event in February, which is pretty soon actually. So, what are your thoughts on this, Justin?
I feel like it seems to me that Sony has some sort of grudge against E3. Maybe there was a creative conflict, possibly. Maybe it gets more personal. Who knows? But or it is possible that they just want to hold off for another year. But
Yeah.
who knows why? Well, all right, go ahead.
Well, you see, shit. No. So I could see why they wouldn't want to go. Like, E3 is sort of. It's sort of starting to become a thing of the past. I feel
Really?
like less and less companies are, or more and more companies are starting to care less about E3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and also last year, I'm not sure if you knew about this, but last year, like, all the journalists and everyone who attended E3, they signed up somewhere on the website. There's like a glitch that had their information doxed.
Oh well, that's not good.
And even though they took it down, like, almost immediately, I think it was, I don't know how long it took them to take it down, but we still have hackers that exist, so they archived the information, everything. Maybe Sony doesn't want to participate in that, but many people are kind of like, sort of like upset. To be honest, I honestly didn't think they were coming back to E3.
Really? Why? What made you think that?
Because I honestly thought they were just done with E3 for at least a few years, and to be honest, even like some announcement that they're doing a PS5 reveal event in February should probably, like, the Nintendo Switch had their reveal event in, like, January 2017.
It's weird how I feel like not too long ago Nintendo was the one who was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get involved with anything like with other competitors, you know.
Yeah.
But now it seems like Sony is kind of the one who's
Yeah,
like
that is
standing
kinda
away
true.
from everyone. Like, remember, oh,
The whole crossplay thing.
yeah, with Minecraft, everyone was like, yo, like, everyone's like, yay, we solved world peace, and Sony's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go fucking, I don't know, go mine by myself. And then, I don't know, but a couple months, maybe a month ago or so, didn't they They announced.
They started actually doing crossplay.
Yeah, I feel like
They're like, alright, fine.
I feel like they should do that with a
do it,
couple
but
more
I don't
games.
want to.
I feel like GTA 5 should have crossplay. I mean, that's just.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't know.
But with I'm not really like. Should they have done E3? Maybe. Like if you like E3 seems to be dying now because Sony's not doing it, and it also seems to be dying because last year almost every company had like nothing to show. Like Ubisoft showed. They announced a movie and a TV show at a gaming event.
That sucks, but wasn't what was it, Banjo?
Oh, that was
And Hero? And
yeah.
Breath of the Wild 2?
Yeah, and just about Nintendo's entire thing last year, honestly. But Sony does. I honestly don't think Sony needs E3. They got State of Play, which is their own version of the Nintendo Direct. They got that, and they don't need E3. Last year it was sort of like. It was also because of like money and stuff. Like they didn't really want to spend all the money on a bunch of on the entire building and shit. Like in 2018 they had like this they had like this cool setting to show The Last of Us 2, and yeah, that probably costed a lot of money, which no, it obviously did, and they probably don't want to do that, especially if they have the PS5 coming.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts on all this? Are you surprised that they're not doing E3 again? But
That's a little bit surprising. I was hoping to hear some more information come from Sony. By the time E3 rolls around, when does it come around again?
Like June.
May, June, right? Yeah, I mean it's interesting. Maybe other big companies will do the same. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just stay at E3 and just a select few like Sony are just gonna do their own thing.
Yeah, EA said that they weren't doing E3 anymore, but they
did.
No, you see, they do their thing called EA Play, which is always like the day before Microsoft's, which is the first press conference of the year. But last year they made it clear that it wasn't E3, like it wasn't gonna be anything big. So, and it was pretty bad last year. So
Okay.
yeah. Anything else to say?
No, I think that about sums that up.
Okay. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. So on Discord, I asked you guys what would you want me to talk about, and I made a poll of two options. One was unpopular gaming or movie opinions. Sorry about those noises, by the way. And the other was what games do you want remade or remastered? And that one won. So the games we want, or I want, and Justin wants remade or remastered. Would you like to go first?
I'd like to see maybe like a couple of Pokemon games, like you know how they remade like Red or Fire Red into Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah.
I feel like if they make a 3D one from 3D remake of Soul Silver, or just Silver, or Heart and Heart Gold, I feel like that could be a cool.
Heart Gold.
No, Gold or Heart Gold. My bad. Or just maybe like a remake of a Pokemon game that will be 3D and HD. I feel like that could be very nice.
Yeah, a lot of people, when it comes to Pokemon, like, many people are saying like, remakes of like Diamond and Pearl. That can probably happen. See, what I want, the Mega Man fan in me says a remake of Mega Man 2. Which would be awesome. They remade the first Mega Man like a while ago, and Mega Man X. It would be cool to see remake of Mega Man 2. I'd also like to see a. I'm not quite sure what else. Anything else you'd like to see remade or remastered?
Let's see. I mean, maybe. Are you asking from like Nintendo or
For
something?
anything.
Any type of game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe remake Castlevania games.
That would be cool. I don't know if they remade some of them. No, they remade the Game Boy games on the WiiWare. That's obviously gone, but they were Castlevania Rebirth.
Why? What was different about them?
They were just a lot better.
Oh, really?
The Game Boy games aren't the Castlevania games on the Game Boy aren't that good, but
But then they remade them so that they're like better.
yeah.
Do you know if there's any way to get the those games?
I don't know. But I just had I I just had one that just left me. Oh, Psychonauts would be a really good remaster.
No, I've never played that.
Um, it's dare I say it? It's a hidden gem.
Okay.
One and probably one of the best examples of a hidden gem in all of video games. It's great. They're coming out with a sequel this year actually. So that's gonna be fun. Psychonauts, that's a game that sold very poorly when it came out, and they've re-released it a lot. Like it's on Steam, it's on PS, it's on the PS Store. It's probably on the Xbox Store. It's not on the
Okay.
Switch for some reason, but and they made a VR spin-off, and they're making a sequel. So I'd like to see a remaster.
Okay, so I feel like the Zelda fan of me, right? Hear me out here. They've had a remake for Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker.
Yeah.
But Skyward Sword, even though people say that that's probably the worst 3D Zelda game.
Well, I've heard it's bad just because of the Wii's motion controls.
Oh yeah, no, that's true because you'll be going straight and the game thinks you did like a nene or something, and then I'm like, what the fuck?
You see, they won't have that problem with the Switch.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a game that would benefit from a remake. Yeah.
Exactly, and like like it looked beautiful, right?
Mhm.
And it would look even better on the Switch. And
I think Nintendo. I think they denied a remake or remaster of Skyward Sword, but it was sort of like are you really denying, or are you just saying, nah, we're not doing that right now, just to...
Well, I feel like they've denied, like, a lot of remakes for Zelda games.
Yeah, one thing that was leaked a while ago, that doesn't seem to be true, but, a remake of A Link to the Past.
Link to the... Oh, that would... No, imagine, like...
Oh, they remade Link's Awakening.
They didn't... No, but I'm talking about, like, the 3D Zelda games.
Yeah, okay.
But if they remake A Link to the Past to make it look like maybe A Link Between Worlds or the new Link's Awakening, that could be solid. I mean, you could still keep its charm as being like, still cartoony. Because if you make like an HD remake of the first one, that's gonna lose a lot of its charm,
Yeah.
So I feel like they could do that too.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned your favorite series, I realize Melee HD. See,
Yeah, that's what I had that in mind as well. I feel like if they literally just keep Melee the exact same but make it look better, or maybe
add in like online play.
Add in online play or make people better, like
balance out the roster.
Balance it out. I would say keep Fox as good as he is.
Yeah,
but try to make everyone else equally as good.
Or maybe not equally as good, but like balance.
But here's the thing that that might like end the hype for Smash Ultimate. So
Oh no, I'm saying like maybe.
I feel like if they are going to remake Melee, I feel like they should just keep it exactly how it is.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I was thinking just wait
better
after
graphics.
just wait after Smash Ultimate's done in the next like 5 million years. That poor Sakurai, he's never gonna finish that game.
Yeah, I mean, apparently this is his last game. He's working.
Yeah, he said that for every other game, but I think this one is his last.
I mean, I feel like it should be. I feel like there could be another Smash Bros. Game. It might.
No, there's gonna be more Smash Brothers games. I think this is the last one from him, though.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last one for him, and I think it's gonna be a while before we see another Smash Bros. Game.
Like at least 10 years before we see another one.
I'd give it that.
Which would be the biggest gap between Smash Brothers games, but like this one's kind of needed.
Well, I mean, the first one came out when 1990.
1999, and Melee was 2001.
Seriously?
Yeah.
There's a 2-year difference.
Yeah, and then
2008, right?
Yeah, and then 2014, 2018, and 2035, or some shit like that. That's 25 years.
I don't think
that's not. I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
15
I don't
years.
think it's gonna be 10 years, maybe, but it's gonna be a while.
Maybe 10 years from Ultimate coming out. Maybe not 10 years from now.
Maybe, I don't know.
Any other remakes that you would like to see? Oh, I just realized you should get like, this is totally random, but a remake of Wii Sports.
Switch Sports.
Switch Sports. Anything else you'd like to see?
They actually do. It's called 1-2 Switch. Can you believe that they charge $60 for that thing? I think it's not worth $60.
That's an insult to Wii Sports, saying that's a remake of Wii Sports.
What? 1-2 Switch is so much fun. No, I love 1-2 Switch.
It's a lot of fun, but like it's.
Okay, hear me out here. 1-2 Switch should have just 100% just been with the Switch.
Yeah. The Switch, if you buy the Switch like on day one, it doesn't come with anything. So
dumb. You need when y'all release a game, when y'all release a console, you need to put in the game in there, because then you can't be playing the game without the game. You can't be using the console without the game, y'all.
Yeah.
You know?
Alright, so you want to move on now?
Sure, we'll move on.
Okay. Let's see, what's next? Oh, today. This just dropped today. 2 games I was really looking forward to this year. Final Fantasy VII and Avengers have been delayed. Still coming out this year.
Okay.
In fact, Final Fantasy VII was March 3rd, now April 10th. And Avengers was... This one's a lot bigger. Avengers was May... like 16th, 15th, something like that, to September 4th.
Eesh. Alright, well, in my opinion, the company's got to do what they got to do in order to make the best.
Both these games are from Square.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe they pushed it back to work on something. Maybe they are just trying to make it better. Either way, I feel like it's good, and I guess we have to give them time.
Yeah, like the final, like I remember you once joked about Cyberpunk getting delayed, and I said, nah, they've been working on that game for a while. They've probably been working on the Final Fantasy VII remake for equally as long.
But
and they just got delayed.
But it's a remake. Oh, have they been saying it's been coming out?
No, they announced it back in Cyberpunk was announced way before Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, okay.
Final Fantasy VII was like the big announcements back at Sony's E3 2015.
Yeesh. And when was Cyberpunk?
Like in early 2013.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ.
But you see, the delay for Final Fantasy isn't really that much. It's just a month. So that should be it's probably just polish, like making sure that there's no stupid bugs or anything. I could imagine that game being a perfect 10 out of 10, to be honest.
With the remake or
Yeah.
Cyberpunk?
both of them actually, but the Final Fantasy is the one that got delayed. Avengers, it kind of makes more sense that they delayed that one, because we don't really know what that game is. Like at E3, they showed cutscenes and like a few seconds of gameplay for each character, and then at I think it was Gamescom or something, they showed some gameplay, but it's not really like, I don't know. It was a little weird. So they probably have to work on that a little more. They also updated Thor's design. He looks so stupid, and I gotta show.
All right.
I gotta show you Thor. Avengers game Thor. That's his new design, but his old design.
It's not too bad.
He looks stupid though. This is his new design though. Way better.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Iron Man still looks pretty dumb though.
He looks almost good.
Look at Black Widow.
That is not good.
I've seen a picture comparing Black Widow to Fiona from Shrek. I mean, it's kind of true though. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, for a few seconds I was actually pretty pissed when I found out this news. Like the Avengers game sort of could probably like that was one of those games where I'm like, oh shit, really? It's coming. That's right, it's coming out in May. But Final Fantasy, like, damn, and now that's like, March was originally a stacked month. Now I think April's the stacked month. Like, one Friday we get Final Fantasy VII. The next Friday we get Resident Evil 3 remake, and then the next Friday is Cyberpunk.
Right.
So
okay.
That
sounds pretty solid.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough for me though, especially since 2 weeks before Final Fantasy VII is both Doom and Animal Crossing.
Right. Yeah. So it's a lot of games coming out.
Yeah. Though I don't think I need to worry about Doom though, because but yeah, anything else you want to add?
No, that's about it.
Okay.
You're gonna talk about the
Morbius?
Yeah.
Alright, so
I'm
Justin hasn't seen the Morbius trailer, and he doesn't really like watching trailers. So I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. Obviously, like it didn't say a whole lot about like what the movie is like.
And it's separate from Marvel's
Well,
universe, like,
yeah,
but kind of not.
See, it's kind of hard
Okay.
to, but like, I was a bit like, iffy on making a movie about Morbius. Like, why would you do him out of all characters? But after seeing this trailer, damn, it looks good. He's a vampire character, so this movie's gonna be like dark and shit.
Okay. Is it gonna be like? Is it rated R?
It says it's not yet rated.
They're probably gonna say it's gonna be rated R, and then it's gonna turn out not to be.
I'll search up like a picture of Morbius in this, but like,
that's fine.
I'm gonna block your view so you don't see any.
You could show how. Is that how he looks in the movie?
Yeah, this is him in the movie.
He looks like Lobo.
Yeah, he does actually.
Now, who would win in a fight between Morbius and Lobo?
Probably Morbius, because he's like, he's a vampire.
Lobo is a space bounty hunter.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. That's a good question.
Lobo's literally a Superman villain.
Yeah. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on Morbius just existing?
I feel like it'd be an interesting turn for Marvel. kind of like how like the horror movie Doctor Strange could be.
Yeah.
I feel like this could be equally interesting to see.
Yeah. All right. One more thing I want to talk about, and then it's bye bye. Is the Oscars.
All right.
So the last year was a pretty good year for movies. And the Oscar nominations have come, and Best Actor and Best Picture, Best Everything. Best Picture is like
Black Panther.
what this
Get
is.
out of here.
What this is last year.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Oscars 2019.
Or maybe
That's what I searched
would
up.
it be 2020?
Maybe 2020. Yeah. What the fuck? This is weird. I think it lists them over here for Best Pictures.
Joker received the most nominations with 11. I think that's kind of it's a little ridiculous.
No, Joker. I think Joker is my favorite movie of the year. Actually,
I thought Joker was pretty good, but I don't think it deserves 11 nominations.
Yeah. Some other movies were The Irishman, which was really good. I actually saw it. It was a bit of an endurance test because it was 3.5 hours, but it was pretty good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I saw 1917 actually.
You did?
Yeah, I saw it 2 days ago.
How was it?
It was pretty good. Like the movie just kind of ended out of nowhere, and it's just like okay, like it felt like it was building up to something, but then it just didn't. So then it's like okay, and the camera just like follows one guy running the entire time, or it starts off with two guys running the entire time.
Yeah, I heard it. The way the movie's like ended, it almost seems like the entire movie's like one shot.
Yes, that's what they were going for, and they did a very good job doing that. It was definitely an experience to see.
If you were to scale it 1 to 10,
8.
Okay, a lot. I've seen a lot of like 9.5s and 10s for that movie, but yeah. So 1917, Joker, Irishman, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jojo Rabbit. I hear is really good. Little Women. I don't really know much about that one. Marriage Story and Parasite. Parasite's like
I heard about Parasite.
it's like a foreign release.
I know.
And then Marriage Story is.
I know.
Yeah.
Marriage Story.
And then Best Performance by an Actor Leading a Role nominees, we got Antonio Banderas from Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Adam Driver in Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix in Joker, and Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. Probably actually Joaquin Phoenix. He was great.
Yeah, okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio was also great.
I feel like it's between those two, probably.
Yeah. Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. We got Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes, Al Pacino in The Irishman, Joe Pesci in The Irishman, and Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've only seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've not seen The Irishman yet.
See, I feel like I can't see them giving one to Al Pacino and not Joe Pesci or the other way around. So probably Brad Pitt. I haven't seen.
I feel like Brad Pitt almost felt like equally as the main character.
Yeah. And
that was just through his like performance, I'd say, and his charisma and how he portrayed it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows?
I also heard Tom Hanks was really good in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, but it's kind of like a biopic about Mr. Rogers, but like Mr. Rogers wasn't the main character. It's weird. The best performance by an actress in a leading role, Cynthia Erivo in Harriet. Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Saoirse, I don't know how to say, Ronan in Little Women, Charlize Theron in Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger in Judy. I'm just gonna say Scarlett Johansson because that's the only one
that's fair.
It's the only one I'm familiar with, both when it comes to the actress and the movie. But so basically, Yeah, what are your thoughts on who do you think's gonna win like some of these categories? You don't have to tell me all of them.
I don't know. I feel like, I could see Joaquin Phoenix winning best performance, right?
Yeah.
Just because I feel like he might have the most recognizable performance. I'd say just because I don't know. I feel like that could be interesting too because then statistically, like he was about on par with Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, Joker is my favorite movie of the year, so I want that to win Best Picture. I honestly don't think it will, but it did win a lot of nominees, so it could. Any final thoughts?
No, I mean, it's pretty much been said already.
All right, so I think we're done here. Thanks for joining me today, Justin.
No problem.
Anywhere where anyone can find you?
No, don't
Yeah,
please don't find me. I will find you when you least expect it.
if they find you.
If they find me,
Okay.
I will find you when you least expect it.
All
I
right.
will kill you. No, I won't. Please don't say that.
I mean, like on social media, though. Is there anywhere? Anyway.
Don't.
Okay. Yeah. He's not a big social media person. But yeah, that was this episode of the podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Be sure to like this, comment, subscribe, whatever. See you guys next time. Bye bye.